It's CCSD Today with your host, Erica Taylor. This week, we look into the world of school guidance and counseling. Hear from the Director of Guidance and Counseling, Amy Neelums. And learn how students are benefiting from counseling throughout the district. CCSD Today starts right now.
Welcome to another edition of CCSD Today. I'm your host, Erica Taylor, and in honor of National School Guidance Counselor Week, we're talking to our Director of Guidance and 3 outstanding, phenomenal school counselors who are providing some awesome services for our students. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
I'm Jenna Dewan Tatum.
I'm Julia Ormond.
I'm Machen Amick.
And I'm Rachel Boston.
Every 2 minutes, a woman is diagnosed with breast cancer.
Breast cancer will claim over 39,000 lives this year, but that won't be me.
Or me.
I won't let that be me.
The end of breast cancer starts with me.
And you.
And you.
And you.
Go to mylifetime.com to get informed and involved.
Brought to you by Cruise Chevy. You've got a friend in the car business.
Welcome to another edition of CCSD Today. I'm your host, Erica Taylor, and during the show, we're going to talk guidance. Joining me now is the Director of Guidance and Counseling, Mrs. Amy Neelums. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I am well. Thank you for having me today.
I appreciate you being here to talk about guidance and counseling. It's a hot topic. I know we have anti-bullying days coming up soon, and we are in the district doing so many great things to encourage our students to be nice to each other and be friends and to accept differences. And so let's talk about what you do.
Okay, well, I oversee K through 12 guidance and counseling, and a huge job that I love. This week is National School Counseling Week, and so we're celebrating counselors throughout our district for the love that they show all children. And my job is to provide professional development, support, and resources to all of our students and our counselors.
That's awesome. And so K through 12 means that there's a guidance director, counselor at each school throughout the district.
Throughout the district, our students have support K through 12, and our focus is the social, emotional aspects for all children so that they can learn academically.
Well, so give me an example of an activity, a service that a guidance counselor would provide.
Okay, in our elementary schools, most of our counselors provide a lot of classroom lessons. So they go in and they may teach students about respect, diversity, caring, sharing, just so many things. I've had the pleasure this week of going in and popping in and surprising our elementary school counselors. And I actually got to surprise your former counselor, Ms. Lucas.
Oh, wow. I'm sure she enjoyed that.
She enjoyed it. She almost cried, so that was just really sweet.
Oh.
And of course, she wanted to take her picture with the children.
As always,
yes.
It's always children first with her.
Yes.
So in high school, let's talk about that, because I know we prepare our students for college and career. So what role do the guidance counselors play there?
Goodness. Such a major role, especially in high school, with that career and college focus, helping the students to see and have a vision for what they want to do when they leave high school is fundamental. So the counselors this year are working with Navians or Family Connection. The district just brought that program for them this year. So this year was our implementation year, and it's helping the students to have access to applying to colleges online and requesting transcripts online. And then Road Trip Nation. It's a neat aspect where they can actually visit colleges or get to see people in their career fields.
Oh, and so it's like a virtual type of application?
Yes, virtual.
Oh, well, that's really cool. I remember when we were in school, we actually had to get on a bus, get in a car, and physically go to these different colleges. So now students can do it all from sitting in their seats in class. So that's pretty cool.
It is, and one thing the colleges say is they really want the applications submitted online. And so we're changing the mindset of the parents as well, who think, oh, I need to send that paper application in.
So one of the things that I know that we're proud of in the district is the fact that, you know, our senior class always exceeds the previous class with college scholarships. And so this year was about $50 million. And so I know that's directly it's impacted by the work that our guidance counselors do with our seniors.
That's so important, and we as counselors encourage the students to apply to as many scholarships as possible, because you never know what's going to happen. And we also put that power in the students' and the parents' hand to know about as many scholarships as possible.
Well, that's great. And then for those students who don't want to go to college but want to go straight to work,
Yes.
how are we helping them?
We're helping them with careers as well, or even with military, because we're showing them the various fields that are coming out. And with Boeing being so close to us, they're such a great resource. And then partnerships with Trident Tech.
Well, that's awesome. Is there anything else that I haven't asked you that you want to tell me about our guidance counselors?
Just to remind everyone that they have the biggest hearts in the school, and that we love children.
Well, great. Well, thank you for joining me, Mrs. Nellums. And we love children too. Up next, we're going to talk with the school guidance director at Stahl High School, Miss Christy Norfolk. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
The law firm of Young Clement Rivers has been serving the Charleston Low Country since 1968. All of the lawyers of Young Clement Rivers are proud to be partners with the Charleston County School District. We are convinced that the hard work of the school district employees and staff prepares our young people to face the challenges of the future. We look forward to continuing our partnership and in helping the school district to meet its standard of excellence.
Welcome back. We have more CCSD today, and joining me now is School Guidance Director Christy Norfolk here at Stahl High School. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for coming.
Well, tell me all about the great things that you're doing here at Stahl.
This has been a really busy year for us. There's myself and 3 other counselors currently.
Okay.
And in October, we hosted a college application day where we had over 100 seniors completing college applications online with the help of about 15 to 20 college reps who came in and assisted students, helped waive application fees so that we could get students a good jump start to college.
Awesome.
We've also been having chat and choose where we have college representatives, admissions reps basically come in, speak to students about the requirements, give them applications, give them financial aid application information, and we have them starting with students as early as 9th and 10th grade, and working with our upperclassmen as well to give them information for the colleges that they can even go on to share with their parents and start thinking about what they want to do.
With the chat and choose, how often do you have those?
We have them sometimes 1 to 2 a month.
Awesome.
And we host them during what we have called Warrior Time, and it's during the middle of our day.
Okay.
It gives students a time to go back into their classes and work on some of the work that they need to still master, and it also gives them time to have other activities and free time for about 30 minutes a day. Another big event this year that we're hosting is our 3rd annual Career Symposium.
Okay.
We invite about 65 to 70 career speakers, business partners, and community partners to our school to come in and speak to our students about their jobs, how they got in their positions, what job skills it requires, and it really gives the students a lot of information on how to get into these different career fields. It helps give them a lot of information about careers that they aren't aware of, and makes them attainable for them.
Well, that's awesome. What are some of the speakers who are here today?
We have human resource representatives. We have gentlemen from Boeing that are here today. We have the fire department represented. We have several hotels. We have an adventurist, so quite a range. Healthcare professionals. So there's about 65 to 70 this year.
Oh, that's pretty awesome. So I know as a guidance director, then we have all of these events to prepare our students, but I'm sure there are times when you have to work with students one-on-one to provide that individualized help. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, each year we invite every student and parent to be part of a IGP, individual graduation plan. And during that time, we really hit on the students' progress and their post-secondary goals. We talk about whether or not college, is what their next plan is, military, or often workforce too for some students, and how to go that next path. So upon graduation, which is our goal for them to graduate with their high school diploma and go on and have a post-secondary plan that will make them successful.
Well, I think that's awesome. I mean, these are things that I'm aware of because, I work with Charleston County School District, but definitely I know our viewers and parents aren't, and it's great to know these types of activities are going on in our schools because it's important. I mean, our students are getting the assistance that they need from professionals like you and others so that they can be prepared for college and career. And we appreciate it. I know I appreciate it. Is there anything else I haven't asked you that you'd like to share with me?
No, just that we really love working with our students here. We have great support here from our administration, teachers, other faculty members, and our guidance department just hopes to have every student leave with a successful plan and then help them along the way with anything that we can.
Thank you so much for all that you do for our students. I know because of you, they are going to be successful. We appreciate what you do here at Stahl and in Charleston County School District. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more CCSD today.
Some problems are tough. Reaching your customers shouldn't be. Blue Wave and Comcast have the creative edge to make you stand out from the crowd and connect with your customers. Whether you need a commercial for television, video for your website, or a custom-made website, we are the easy solution for every advertising problem.
I'm Jenna Dewan Tatum.
I'm Julia Ormond.
I'm Machen Amick. And I'm Rachel Boston.
Every 2 minutes, a woman is diagnosed with breast cancer.
Breast cancer will claim over 39,000 lives this year, but that won't be me. Or me.
I won't let that be me.
The end of breast cancer starts with me.
And you.
And you.
And you.
Go to mylifetime.com to get informed and involved.
Brought to you by Cruise Subaru of Charleston. You've got a friend in the car business.
We're back with more CCSD today, and now joining me on the show is School Counselor Smalls here at Goodwin Elementary School. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Well, let's talk about what you do as a school counselor in an elementary school.
Okay, so at the elementary level, it may look a little different from, say, middle or high.
Okay.
We try to engage the children as much as possible through role plays, a lot of things that make it exciting for them. So we just have to remember to make it, whatever we're doing, age appropriate at their level where they would be able to understand. So that might be through storytelling or bibliotherapy. It may also be through games, definitely a lot of games.
Okay, so do they come into your classroom or do you go visit their class, or what does guidance time look like in an elementary school?
For me, it's a little bit different
Okay.
in that I'm locked into the master schedule. So I have a classroom. I'm a part of the related art schedule, even though guidance really isn't. So I have an A week and I also have a B week.
Okay.
On my A week, I have 4 classes. All of the children come to me for classroom guidance, and I see them typically twice a month.
Okay, and so that means the entire class, or they're receiving the same information at the same time.
Right, that's correct.
Okay, and so what happens on a B week?
On a B week, that's when I would typically see my lower grade students, so kindergarten and first grade. On my A weeks, I see students in grades 3 through 5.
Okay.
So with me, because I'm logged into the master, half of the day is spent in classroom guidance,
Okay.
the other half is left for me to do individuals, small groups,
Okay.
truancy, 504s, those types of things.
Okay, and so let's talk about, I know we were able to see you working with some students on vision boards. Talk about that a little bit. That seemed really cool.
What we're doing with the vision boards to help the children understand goal setting.
Okay.
It's really a 4-part lesson where the children have to first visualize some of the things that they would like to achieve in life. We are specifically also focusing on the academic piece.
Right.
So after we've done that visualization process, they then answer certain questions to sort of kind of help guide them as to what they would like to achieve and how they would like to achieve it.
Right.
The third part would be actually finding symbols or representations of those goals. And then finally, the fourth phase of it would be them actually placing those things on a piece of cardboard that they have created.
Oh, well, that's and so how long is this process?
This process is new for me, but it
Okay.
took 4 classes. So,
Okay.
and I've only opened it up to students in grades 3 through 5. I
Okay.
felt like they were able to better process and understand the whole idea of the whole vision board. And we go over what is a goal, how do you define it, what might a goal look like, what things are needed in order to make that goal become a reality.
So I saw you working with a student during an individual session. Let's talk to me about what that is and what you were doing and techniques that you were using to help the child.
Sometimes our students need just more support on an individual or one-on-one basis.
Okay.
That was a game to help the student increase the skills he already has, just to improve upon them.
Okay.
And so basically we came up with triggers that pushed his buttons. Once we identified what those triggers were, we then problem solved together and coming up with ways to handling those positive ways so
Right.
that of course he would be able to stay within the classroom.
Well, that's great. I mean, I think that's unique to help students figure out what supports they need on their own, and then they can best problem solve. So I know that you must interact with parents as a school guidance counselor. Talk to me a little bit about what that interaction is like and the supports that you provide to parents.
Sometimes parents just need additional information.
Right.
I found that once they have that additional information, then they can make better choices.
Right.
So it could be anything from understanding what the MAP scores are, it could be handling a parent-teacher conference, it could be, the flip side of it could be dealing with truancy, attendance issues,
Right.
helping them to understand that we need the children here every day on time. So it just varies, it just depends on whatever those needs are. It could even be something as they need assistance with paying a bill is about to be turned off and they need some support there. So what avenues, where do we help them navigate to get the support that they need?
Right, and for them and their children. And that's phenomenal that you all provide that wide range of support, from understanding test scores to, supporting them with just basic needs. And I personally think that's important for all children to be able to have advocates, if you will, for them and their parents. Is there anything else I haven't asked you that you'd like to share with me?
I would like to say that, it takes a team. And so what I like, even though I'm the only one here,
Right.
there's a wealth of information among my colleagues within the district. And we can pull from each other, glean from each other, because they are all our children,
Right.
in the words of one of my mentors, Linda Lucas.
And that's great. Thank you for all that you do for our students. And you talked about Mrs. Lucas, and I don't definitely want to date her, but she was my guidance counselor as well. She's definitely helped a lot of students and parents during her tenure here. So I'm glad you mentioned her, because she too is a phenomenal woman and a person who's helped our students here in Charleston County School District. So stay tuned. We'll be back with more CCSD Today.
I'm Jenna Dewan Tatum.
I'm Julia Ormond.
I'm Machen Amick. And I'm Rachel Boston.
Every 2 minutes, a woman is diagnosed with breast cancer.
Breast cancer will claim over 39,000 lives this year, but that won't be me or me.
I won't let that be me.
The end of breast cancer starts with me.
And you.
And you.
And you.
Go to mylifetime.com to get informed and involved.
Locally sponsored by Ford. Ford is in the race for the cure.
The law firm of Young Clement Rivers has been serving the Charleston Low Country since 1968. All of the lawyers of Young Clement Rivers are proud to be partners with the Charleston County School District. We are convinced that the hard work of the school district employees and staff prepares our young people to face the challenges of the future. We look forward to continuing our partnership and in helping the school district to meet its standard of excellence.
We're back with more CCSD today. I'm your host, Erica Taylor, and now joining me is school counselor, Ms. Monica Vallejo, who's the counselor here at Northwoods Middle School. Ms. Vallejo, thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
So we visited a high school and we visited an elementary school, and now we're here at a middle school. Talk to me about what being a guidance counselor and counseling and mentoring students in a middle school environment looks like.
Okay. In the school counselor in a middle school, we're obviously right in the middle. You're receiving the children from the elementary school, but you're also preparing the students to go on and transition into the high school.
Right.
So we have a very unique place in their lives. It's a very difficult time in their life, but we're here to support them through lots of change. And we offer them a lot of school-wide programs. We do a lot of individual counseling, group counseling, but I think what we offer the kids the most is the one-on-one time that that they need at this time in their lives. They don't understand a lot of times what's going on with them, and so they really, really do need at this time in their lives some one-on-one attention. And Northwoods is very fortunate to have 5 guidance counselors. So we are able to lower our ratio from adult to student, so that gives us a lot of time with them one-on-one. School-wide, we provide a lot of prevention programs. We've done Red Ribbon Week. We do career college readiness with Naviance. We're getting ready to do our job shadowing, virtual job shadowing with the students for the month of February. We've also offered some small group counseling, working with kids who are struggling maybe with behavior and need some guidance there, or we've also done some small groups to support them academically as well.
Okay. I mean, it sounds like you have a myriad of services that you provide to them. So I would be curious in terms of one-on-one counseling. Are the students open to coming in and searching you out and saying, hey, Ms. Vallejo, I need to talk to you? Or are there referrals from teachers or parents? What does that communication look like?
You've kind of hit all of them. A lot of self-referrals. We have what we call guidance or school counselor lockers in every hallway, so the kids are able to self-refer themselves through filling out a form and putting it in the locker. We check these lockers twice a day, and so they can self-referral. We get a lot of phone calls from parents who would like assistance, and we and then obviously the teachers who see them day in and day out, every class period. If there are concerns, they know that they can always refer the students to us as well. But I think the children know that we are here, we're in the hallways, we like to be visible, so that they know that our door is always open to them.
Well, that's awesome. So I have a question for you. So when you think about, I guess, mental, social, emotional health, how does that translate to academic achievement? I know it's important, and to me it's a no-brainer, but can you talk a little bit about that?
I think that in order for them to be able to succeed academically, they need to be able to have a person to help them support them socially, emotionally, so that if they are having an issue maybe at home, or if they're having an issue with another student, the support that we're able to help them and kind of relieve that stress that happens with those issues can then help them focus a little bit more on their academics. Because we all know, I mean, if you're struggling with a bullying issue, or if you're struggling with a divorce at home, or you're struggling with the relationship with your teacher, a lot of times your academics will, suffer. So I think that's what we're here to support and help them realize that, yes, those things do happen in life, but there is a way to get over them, and there are tools and skills that we can teach you to help you continue to succeed academically.
Well, that's great. And I'm asking just for me, you know, going to schools weekly, sometimes more than once a week. I'm very interested in the virtual job shadowing. Can you talk a little bit about that? Because I always meet community partners who want to do more, want to interact with our students. So what does that look like?
For us, one of the struggles that we have is that the children oftentimes don't have transportation to get to the job sites. So we have been using virtual job shadowing in that they come to the labs with us, and we are able to explore different careers. They get to look at different videos, they get to talk about them. It's kind of just an open forum for them to come in and be able to experience maybe what they can't see, you know, at a job site, but they still get the same idea through coming into the computer lab and working with our Naviance program and exploring some different careers out there.
Great, great. Was there anything else about what you do as a middle school counselor that you'd like to share with me, our viewers who are watching?
I just always know, I mean, this is my 17th year doing this here at Northwoods, and people always say, how can you work with middle schoolers? They're so tough. They're unique, but you know what? It also takes a pretty unique and tough person to work with them as well. And so I enjoy them. I enjoy the challenge, because definitely every day is a different day, and it's very unpredictable, but I enjoy the challenge.
Well, great. Well, I'm glad that you enjoy the challenge, and I'm glad that you're doing what you're doing for us here at Charleston County School District and at Northwoods Middle School. Thank you for watching CCSD Today. We'll be right back.
Here's a question for you. What does this look like? It may look like a blank screen, but it's really an opportunity for you to reach your customers with a great television commercial, video for your website, or website design. Comcast and Blue Wave Productions can create the right message to get you noticed. Call today and take the opportunity to make your business stand out from the crowd.
So there you have it, another exciting show. Our school counselors are doing some amazing things for our students, and for that, we thank them. You've been watching CCSD Today. It's been a pleasure being your host. We'll see you next week.